What does MAGA mean to Trump voters? A Reuters poll asked people who voted for President Trump what "Make America Great Again" MAGA means to them. Most Trump voters believe MAGA means strengthening borders and fixing Biden's flawed immigration policy and improving the economy, but they also define it in other ways. Simply, it means Donald Trump's political America First agenda. Recently, Robert F. Kennedy, who joined the Trump campaign, summed it up with a very clear explanation of what the Trump presidency will do when they take back the White House. His platform for making America great again takes on many problems that have resulted from bad decisions that the Biden administration made and the crazy policies of the Democrats. Turning the problems around will not be easy. However, in the end, the Trump presidency will bring back the American dream. The Donald Trump official website lists 20 promises to the American people that is the GOP platform. 1. Seal the border and stop the migrant invasion. 2. Carry out the largest deportation operation in American history. 3. End inflation and make America affordable again. 4. Make America the dominant energy producer in the world, by far. 5. Stop outsourcing and turn the United States into a manufacturing superpower. 6. Large tax cuts for workers, and no tax on tips. 7. Defend our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, and our fundamental freedoms, including freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and the right to keep and bear arms. 8. Prevent World War III, restore peace in Europe and in the Middle East, and build a great Iron Dome missile defense shield over our entire country, all made in America. 9. End the weaponization of government against the American people. 10. Stop the migrant crime epidemic, demolish the foreign drug cartels, crush gang violence, and lock up violent offenders. 11. Rebuild our cities, including Washington, D.C., making them safe, clean, and beautiful again. 12. Strengthen and modernize our military, making it, without question, the strongest and most powerful in the world. 13. Keep the U.S. dollar as the world's reserve currency. 14. Fight for and protect Social Security and Medicare with no cuts, including no changes to the retirement age. 15. Cancel the electric vehicle mandate and cut costly and burdensome regulations. 16. Cut federal funding for any school pushing critical race theory, radical gender ideology, and other inappropriate racial, sexual, or political content on our children. 17. Keep men out of women's sports. 18. Deport pro-Hamas radicals and make our college campuses safe and patriotic again. 19. Secure our elections, including same-day voting, voter identification, paper ballots, and proof of citizenship. 20. Unite our country by bringing it to new and record levels of success. In 2016, Trump explained how he came up with the catchy four-word slogan, "Make America Great Again." He had considered similar phrases, however, none of them had the special messaging he was looking for. I wanted to have a special way to illustrate the changes that I knew were necessary to restore the country's great nationalism. I felt like jobs were disappearing, he said. I looked at the different kinds of problems our country has had and whether they were related to border security, the failure of law and order, and a great deal of wasteful spending. Then, of course, I could act. But I said to myself, what would be a good campaign slogan? I said, "Make America Great Again." I didn't know that it was used in President Reagan's campaign almost 40 years ago. It was a funny thing, because President Reagan had had the same ideas for government that I had. I registered "Make America Great Again" to make sure that there would be no legal issues for my campaign. The meaning of the words behind this slogan have caused political and social divisions, as it has been unfairly debated as being racist by the left and the biased liberal media throughout Trump's first presidential campaign, his presidency, and his second presidential campaign and his current campaign. The slogan had become the exposition of the movement. The "Make America Great Again" has great appeal, attracting many thousands of people to attend his campaign rallies. As the election draws close, his rallies are now drawing close to 100,000 people. Trump's message and the MAGA agenda resonates with the millions of his Republican supporters and has caused many lifelong Democrats to abandon the Democrat Party to support Trump. This has included many unions that had been Democrat-leaning and many big businessmen. Perhaps the most successful entrepreneur ever, Elon Musk has joined the Trump Maga movement. Musk was very energetic on the stage, creating quite a show at Trump's rally during his revisit to Butler, Pennsylvania. The Democrat Party took offense to Trump's claim that the country needed correction and countered his objective conservative message to create distrust with a narrative that considered the term racist and that Trump and his MAGA movement was a threat to democracy. Along with the left-leaning traditional media that is ever so complicit, they have compared Trump to Adolf Hitler, spreading the negative message that is nothing more than hateful lies. Make America Great Again defines the dynamics of Trump's platform and policies to implement changes in government. Threatened, the Democrat Party along with the establishment surely did not welcome the idea of changing the system that allowed corruption and waste. This has led to hostility towards Trump's base and supporters. The MAGA movement has been subjected to hate speech, censoring on social media and physically attacking people that wore the Make America Great Again hats. With the use of extreme political measures, the Democrats attacked Trump, the Republican Party, and the Make America Great Again slogan, which has continued to present time. Simply, they could not allow Trump and the Republican Party to influence the country. The non-stop propaganda and continued lies spreading the hateful narrative by the left liberal media has created a volatile climate that has poisoned part of the country. This relentless messaging by the Democrats has resulted in 2 assassination attempts, one that injured Trump and people attending his Butler, Pennsylvania rally and killed 1 Trump supporter. There has been a troubling indication that the shooters on both events had support by the deep state and government agencies. President Trump has defended his slogan and political agenda as a dynamic of American exceptionalism. American exceptionalism refers to the notion that the United States is different from other countries and that it is based on basic American principles. When Trump came up with his campaign slogan, the country was in a state of decline, but is now even worse after 3.5 years of Biden's horrible leadership. Just considering the troubling out-of-control immigration crisis caused by Biden policies and an open southern border. Many of our cities are in trouble due to crime and the financial burden that this overwhelming migration has caused. The economy is suffering from runaway inflation, causing extreme financial hardship for the American people. We will create economic solutions that will slow down inflation and bring down the cost of food, housing, and other expenses. The country was energy independent under Trump's administration, which has been reversed by Biden. There are international trade problems that were under control prior to Biden becoming president. Additionally, the Biden administration's foreign policies have failed miserably, resulting in 2 devastating wars, in Eastern Europe and the Middle East. The Abraham Accords that Trump accomplished had been measured to avoid conflict in the Middle East. A very important problem to solve is to end the proxy war in the Ukraine and ending the conflict between Israel and Palestine. We must avoid getting involved in the endless conflicts and wars that are not serving our nation's best interests. The military-industrial complex must be restrained from influencing endless war in order to create profit. The left has attacked Trump with fake legal actions that saw 2 unfounded impeachments and false accusations that included investigations that were based on fake information. There have been attempts to interfere with his campaign by waging lawfare in the courts. Surely this weaponization of the Justice Department is dangerous and is threatening the stability of government and has further caused a divided population by its 2-tiered legal system. Finishing the southern border wall, which must be secure, and fixing the immigration issues which have to be resolved with the wait in Mexico system reinstated as it was prior to the Biden administration. We have to become energy independent again by drilling and going back to what the policies were before 2020. Restoring fair foreign trade policies that make sense again, as well as restoring sanctions on Iran and other bad-acting nations. Ending the unfair system the Department of Justice has adopted and getting control of an out-of-bounds FBI and CIA, along with fixing the flaws in other government agencies. Making America Great Again should not be a cause for dissent. The Democrat left along with the deep state and the legacy media has caused distrust and misguided fear in people through propaganda and lies. The restoration of the First Amendment and creating a system that will require fair media and uncensored social media. The solution to the problems the nation faces, along with the lack of unity, will be challenging. However, the 4 words of Trump's slogan have become the strength of what has been defined as a movement. MAGA is the dynamic cause and resounding purpose it was meant to be, to make America great again.